case you never know.
Hey guys, it's your girl Mashani and I'm back at it again with another YouTube video. And in today's video, I am going to be doing a story time about my emergency surgery that I had to have. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to share this video. I am trying to grow my YouTube channel. Help me out. And we're gonna get right into the video. So before I get into the surgery part of the video, I think it makes sense for me to backtrack. So 3 months ago in August, I was nannying in Nantucket and your girl was hungry. And so the mom that I nanny for was like, why don't you throw some burgers on the grill? And I was like, I've never used the grill before. And she's like, it's so easy to use the grill. You just throw them on, da 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 da. So I'm like, all right. I'm all excited. I called Giacomo. I'm like, Giacomo, I'm about to use the grill for the first time. I'm really excited, da 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 da. So she tells me the grill is clean. I throw the burgers on the grill. There are two guys outside that kind of coaching me on like when to flip the burger and whatnot, right? So I'm feeling really excited. The burgers look bomb. And I put them on a plate, bring them inside, melt some cheese on top of them, whatever. I think at this point I'm on FaceTime with Giacomo. So I'm eating and I'm on FaceTime and I'm like, excuse me guys, I'm still like recovering, but I'm like getting really excited. And I'm like, these burgers are a bomb. I'm about to use the grill when we get home, what have you. So I'm about halfway done with my burger and I take a bite and I'm like, oh my god, oh my gosh, there's something in my throat. Go into the bathroom, I'm vomiting up the burger. I still feel something in the back of my throat. I take a look on my plate and it's the metal bristles from the grill brush. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I swallowed a metal bristle from the grill. And at this point, I'm in Nantucket and Giacomo's at home. Giacomo starts freaking out and he's scaring me. He's like, you need to get to the hospital right now. You can die. You're not okay. And I'm like, what? He's like, if that goes down into your intestines, anything can happen. So he's freaking me out. I'm so scared, what have you. But I don't have my insurance card with me. I'm on an island with one little hospital. So I'm like, you know what? I'll be fine. And like, I don't feel it. I think I digested it, what have you. So that's the backstory. I ate a burger off the grill that I cooked for myself, and it definitely had a metal grill bristle in it. So fast forward to Wednesday night. So it's Wednesday night, I'm at home, I'm chilling. Giacomo goes to play basketball and then he's like, you should meet me out for dinner. And I'm like, I'm feeling tired, I'm not really into it, I don't really want to go. And then I'm like, all right, fine, why not? I have no work tomorrow. I need to stop being lame. Like, I need to get out of the house. I need to do things, what have you. So I go out and I order a burger. I'm eating my burger and all of a sudden I feel the same exact pain that I felt when I was eating the burger in Nantucket. And I go to the bathroom and again, start vomiting, right? But this time I'm vomiting and there's blood in my vomit, like streams of blood in my vomit. And I'm in the bathroom and I'm like, oh my gosh, like we're here with all of our friends, like I don't want to make a big deal about this, but I'm in the bathroom and I'm like freaking out. So I go out and I'm like, Giacomo, like I think I need to go to the hospital. And he's like, why do you need to go to the hospital? And I'm like, I think the grill bristle's still in my throat. And of course he's mad because he told me 3 months ago to go to the hospital. And for 3 months I haven't really been feeling any pain. I haven't really felt anything. There's like nothing going there. I'm just normal. I'm eating whatever I want. I'm drinking whatever I want. Things are fine. So he's like, keep trying to eat. So I keep trying to eat, and I'm like, I cannot eat. I can't swallow. I have water. I can't drink the water. I'm feeling so nauseous. I'm like, I need to go to the hospital. So it's like 11:30 and we're going into the ER. So we go into the ER, and I'm like, 3 months ago, I swallowed a grill bristle, and I think it's in my throat. So I have an x-ray. I'm about to show y'all my x-ray. So I get my x-ray done, and the radiologist, I think that's what they call them. He's like, did you swallow like a fish bone? And I'm like, oh my gosh, do you see something? Do you see something? And then he's like, no, like I can't tell you what I see, like waiting for the doctor. So the doctor comes in, and she's like checking my throat out, whatever. And it's so hard for these people to believe that I haven't been in pain. And I'm like, I've not been in pain. Like, I know I have a really high pain tolerance, but I have not been in pain. Like, if I can't eat, that's a problem. Like, I would not sit here and not eat. So she shows me my x-ray. Let me see. Do you see this? Right here. This is the fucking grill bristle, guys. In my throat. So right here is my jaw, and this is like my soft tissue area. And this is like where it comes out to my esophagus. So this little piece is like poking my esophagus. And this is the piece that I think got caught to the burger that I was eating on Wednesday night. So, got the x-ray done. Saw the grill bristle. I'm freaking out now because I'm like, how the heck are they gonna get this out of my body? All right, mind you, it's probably now Thursday, it's midnight. So she's like, all right, we have good news and we have bad news. The good news is we see the grill bristle. The bad news is we don't have a surgeon here to take it out. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like surgery? Why do we need a surgeon? Da, 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 da. She's like, we just don't have the tools. So I'm writing you a referral so you can go to Boston Medical Center to see an ears, neck, and throat doctor. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, but wait, I'm supposed to just go home in pain? So she gives me this like really thick, like toothpaste type of mouthwash solution to gargle with. It has like lidocaine in it. It's supposed to numb my throat. So I'm doing that. It really doesn't work. I had the worst sleep ever. The worst sleep. I was freaking out. I had no idea if I was even gonna be okay. Like I was thinking the worst. Like I was thinking this thing was gonna travel and puncture one of my organs. Like I was freaking out. I woke up the next day bright and early, and I was like, I gotta get out of here. I need to go to the hospital, whatever. So I get to the hospital, and the secretary is like, oh, do you have an appointment? And I'm like, no, I have a referral. The ER sent me here. And she's like, they're always doing that. Like, we don't do that anymore. And I'm like, well, listen, lady.
No, listen.
And I pull out my phone, and I show her. I'm like, I literally have a piece of metal in my throat. And she's like, oh my gosh, like, let me talk to my boss. She goes to talk to her boss, and they fit me in the morning. And so I finally go in to meet with the ENT doctor, and she looks at me, and she's just like, I can tell that you are in so much pain. So she checks me out. She literally sticks like a super thin like wire up my nose and into my throat to see, like, to look into my throat. And I'm gonna show you guys what she saw. If you have a weak stomach, you should probably fast forward, but this is what she saw. Come on, focus. There's the metal grill bristle in my freaking tonsil. So she saw that, and she's like, oh no, we have to get this out. And she's like, I'm gonna try to do it in the clinic, but if I can't do it in the clinic, then we're gonna have to go to surgery. And I was freaking out. Like, this was my first surgery. I'm a pretty healthy person. Like, I don't really tend to go to the doctor for anything. Like I said, I'm healthy. So she's like, I can't do it right now. Come back in 2 hours and I'll do it during my lunch break. Like, this lady was heaven sent. Like, why are you spending your lunch break on me? No, sir. But so I came back at 11:15 and she had me numbing my throat with lidocaine. There's a picture of me numbing my throat with the lidocaine. So I'm numbing my throat. I'm numbing my throat for her to kind of like go in and take it out. And there's a whole bunch of tools there. I'll show you the tools. These are like the tools that they were using to take them out. And oh, come on back. And so yeah, she couldn't get it out. I was gagging a lot. I vomited and all that good stuff. And she was like, it was a good hour that they were trying. There were like 3 doctors there. They all were trying. And she was like, I'm sorry, like, you're gonna have to go to the OR. And I was really, really upset that I had to have surgery. Like, I felt like, I don't know, I just felt really defeated. I was really sad. Like, a part of me really just didn't want to be in the hospital during COVID. And also, like, especially the hospital that I was at, like, it was just giving me so much anxiety. It wasn't my regular hospital. I had never really been there before. So many things were rushing through my head. So it's about maybe like 1:30 now, and she's like, we have to get you a COVID test and you're gonna sit tight and wait for an operating room to open up. So I got my COVID test at around like 2:30, and I sat in the hospital and waited until 6 o'clock for them to admit me into the hospital. So I got admitted into the hospital. They gave me a hospital bed. When I was in the ER, this guy came in and he chopped his thumb off. Like, there was so much crazy stuff happening, y'all. Like, and my anxiety was just skyrocketing. Like, the more people that came in there, like, the more I was just like, nah, I can't do this. Luckily, the surgeon that was going to do my surgery was with me, and I told him, I was like, my anxiety is really bad. Like, I can no longer be here. Like, I've been at the hospital all day. Like, it's really unfair for me to sit in this emergency room. Like, I need y'all to put me in a different room, or like take me to pre-op, whatever. So he finally gets me up to pre-op, and the nurses up there were lovely. They made me feel so comfortable. I got undressed. They gave me an IV. We were just chatting, and I was showing them my x-ray. Like, I was just really amazed by this. Like, this x-ray is crazy. I don't know. I was just like super amazed by it, and also like really scared. Like, really scared. So got my IV and everything. Here's my IV. I'm like telling the doctors, I'm like, guys, like, I'm gonna do a YouTube story time on this because people really should not use those metal grill brushes. Like, it's not safe. Like, it is not safe. Fast forward to me getting ready for my surgery. Give me a pregnancy test. And this is a crazy story. This is a crazy part of the story too. So they told me my pregnancy test was negative. And then I'm looking at my discharge papers, and it says that I'm pregnant on my discharge papers. So you know me, I'm going into my chart like the next day, like looking for my urine sample results. And of course it's negative, but they were just really rushing and just trying to get me into surgery. Now let's talk about before I went into surgery. So I got my anesthesia, and the last thing I remember before like being under was just thinking about how I didn't plan for Sarah, and I was worried about my students, and just like worried about me having a random day off that was really unexpected and whatever. So I wake up from surgery and I had a lovely, lovely nurse named Mary with me, and she was like, so the doctors couldn't find the grill bristle. And I'm like, what? Like, mind you, I am high as a kite. Like, I'm just waking up, and she's like, hey girl, they didn't find anything. And I'm like, you mean I just went through all that for them to not find anything? And she's like, they suspect that you threw it up in clinic, which is crazy to me because the whole time I was in so much pain. Like, I could not swallow. I was literally carrying a bag, like spitting my saliva into a bag because I could not swallow. And I just found it wild that they didn't find it. So I'm like, okay, so how do they know it's gone? And she said that they took x-rays. So I'm like, okay, I need to see the x-rays. Like, I'm not leaving this hospital until I know that this thing is out of my body. So one of the doctors that was in my surgery came over, and she's like pulling up my x-ray and showing me my x-ray. I'm trying to take pictures because, like I said, I'm trying to document this. I'm trying to spread awareness. I'm trying to let people know that this is not safe. And she's like, you can't take pictures. And listen, if I had the energy, I probably would have set it off on her, because I feel like, how are you going to tell me I can't take a picture of my body? Like, comment down below if she was wildin', because I think she was wildin'. But anyway, she's like, you can't take pictures. And I'm like, well, can you print these for me? Like, I'm super high right now. Like, I'm loop-de-loop all around. Like, I'm sore, I'm this, I'm that. And you're just giving me all this information. There's no one here that's sober to remember this, what have you. And she's like, you can get it on my chart. So fast forward to yesterday, I had Giacomo call my doctor because I'm still in a lot of pain. And I get it. Like, I had a breathing tube down my throat. Like, I had so many instruments. My mouth is all scratched up. I get it. I know I'm going to be in a little bit of pain. But I wasn't expecting to still have pain on my left side. So I had him call to just make sure that I'll be all right. And so a couple hours later, the surgeon called me, and he was like, Mashani, like, I know that this is like bizarre, but literally we spent hours looking for it. And I'm like, all right, I understand. And he was like, we would have not sent you home if we thought it was still in your body. I ordered the x-rays, and the radiologist was like, there's nothing in there. And I'm like, all right, that's these people's jobs. Like, I'm just gonna trust that it's no longer in here. So fast forward to today, and I'm feeling a lot better. It's Sunday, so it's been Thursday. So Friday, Saturday, I had 2 days to just like rest, and to rest my throat, and to not really do much talking. And I'm feeling a lot better. I'm about 80% right now. I feel like I got jumped. My core is sore, my neck is sore, my throat is feeling a lot better, but it was like, it felt like it felt like my neck was just raw. But yeah, the moral of this story time is to not use the metal grill brushes, y'all. Don't do it. It ain't safe. It is not safe. I'm so glad that, you know, I was willing and able to go to the hospital to get help. And I'm glad that they did everything that they could to make sure that I'm okay. I'm looking forward to a follow-up because I need to make sure that this is out of my body. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know what was going on and to update you all, so you guys can stop using metal grill brushes if you use them, because they are not safe. And yeah, so that is the story about how I had a metal grill bristle lodged in my tonsil.